Okay, I can record as well. Cool. I think we should get started. So I'll take opening prayer and then we go. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for today. Thank you, Father, for the past 3 months. It's been amazing. Thank you for today's session, TSS, because we know that it's going to be impactful and everyone is going to learn one or two things regarding their finances. And we will not just be hearers alone, but you give us the grace to apply everything that we'll be doing so that our lives, our future, becomes better off and we're better people than we are today. So thank you, Holy Spirit, for answering all of our prayers. In Jesus' name we prayed. Amen and amen. Okay. So welcome everyone to TSS Cohort 2 session X. I can't remember the number. I can't remember. Maybe it's like the 10th or 11th class. I can't remember. But all through this month, we'll be looking at our finances and basically how best to ensure that we're being the best version of ourselves, both career-wise, personal development-wise, but even so finance-wise as well. So looking forward to today's session. Today's session is going to be focused on me sharing like most or some of my experiences actually, and that's why I've called it money mistakes, savings and investment. Actually, since we're not a lot, I want it to be very interactive. So it's going to be me sharing some of the mistakes I made as regarding like specifically regarding money when I was in university, mistakes I've happy to share, and please let's make it interactive. Hopefully I want others to join, but let's make it as interactive as possible. Can you guys still hear me? Please confirm.
Yes.
Okay. Merci beaucoup. So let's get started, right? And I just want to say that I don't know if you guys are using GPT enough, so chat GPT, and all the images we are going to be using today is literally AI that just generated it for me, and it's making my life way easier than it normally is. So if you're not using chat GPT, I think I use the paid version, but you should still be able to do all this with the free one, I think. Please make sure that you are utilizing it best way possible. All right. Okay. So what you learned from today's session is really, lessons from my savings and investment experiences. So I've been doing this now. If you think of how when I actually like really started taking savings and investments serious, it's like 5 years now. I think it started NYC year, which was 2020. So it's been 5 years now, and I would say it's been a journey, but it's also been one of growth, one of progress, and I'm happy to share some of the mistakes I made. Maybe I'll go into details here. And I'm happy that actually it might be a good thing that it's a smaller knit group because some of the experiences I will share, like David and Isaac probably have first-hand experience here as well. So happy for them to, share. Let's discuss what we learned from some of these experiences and what we are then, promising ourselves not to do again. It's kind of thing, but that's the essence of today's class is really to focus on learnings from savings and investment experiences. If we go into mistake one, so there are 5 mistakes in total, and I want to spend time here on things I have learned and what I think you guys should do regarding your finances. And it's fine if you might say, oh, you don't have as much money now, or it might not be practical for you now. But I think the lessons or the habits you're able to make with money, or even when there is no money, is kind of what dictates what you then do when you have like surplus, right? So the first one is not understanding investments and not conducting enough research. This is very funny. So what happened was I think the first time I actually lost a lot of money will be 2020. Is it 20? No, 2020 was COVID year, which was fine. 2021. I don't know if you guys remember this year of like there was time everybody was doing like Forex, everybody was doing different things. Forex was the one that was really, popular at that time. So people would then do, everyone was doing Forex, even me. A close family member told me about Forex. I was like, if you do this. And so me too, I opened account with this guy. Every month he'll be sending us account statements. It's like, let's say, I can't remember, maybe I said, I start with 100K. Every month you say, now your money is 110 because it's 10% every month. Then now the next month you now say, your money is 121 because it's now 10% on the 110. So we sending us account within like 6 months. My money was always almost like 200. I was like, this is so good. I'm on my way to become a millionaire. Things like that. Hi Osajimiri, how you doing? To recap, I'm just sharing today's class is about me sharing some of my money mistakes, and I want it to be very interactive because I feel like everyone has one or two stories to share. Okay, so let me go back. So yeah, it was 2021. I started this Forex investments, and maybe I started with like 100K, I can't remember. But every month, this guy will be giving us updates every month, and he was actually very diligent with it. And I don't think he is a scam. I don't think so. I don't think like the whole business structure was a scam, but I think that we didn't do enough due diligence and research for what everyone was putting their money in. So what happened was me, I literally just, spoke to my family member. Did it work for you? You sure? You sure? It's like, oh yeah, all these people that go to do all this bet things, this lottery number. The number sure, you sure I mean okay. So it was literally that for me. I'm like, you sure for you, I mean, you sure? Okay. So I put 100K and this guy will be giving me updates every month that okay, now your money is 110. There are sometimes they will even call general meeting for everybody that has investment to give us progress updates. I think it was on for like almost a year plus. And at some point I would then start adding money. In total, maybe I had like 300K with the guy. I can't remember. That was one day, just out of the blues. Just said that. The guy's number is no longer going. You guys are laughing. I don't know if you guys are laughing. I'm laughing at myself. You just said the guy's number is no longer number K. He must go. We called all our group. I told you we used to have group meetings now. So we called all of us. Guy's number did not go. Hey, that's how we just heard that the guy he wanted to commit suicide. Don't die with our money. Oh my God, it was not funny. Because I think the guy actually started out with good intentions, right? He started out with, oh, it makes sense for you to trade Forex. And I think Forex is still very much a legitimate business, but it's like crypto, like you can't go into it with no knowledge at all. You are up for disaster. That's why till tomorrow I don't have one naira in crypto. I'm not saying it's not good, though. There's people that legit they have made. I was literally talking to someone on Friday, and the guy told me that his brother invested in crypto at the beginning, and the guy made so much money that he was able to buy an Airbnb apartment in Lekki worth like 70 or 80 million naira. And that is now what is giving him passive income today. That he doesn't know if he would have been able to buy that apartment on his salary for the rest of his life. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm saying that these things are legit, and I don't think that they're all scams. But the whole essence is you need to be knowledgeable about anything at all. And I'm very serious. Anything at all you say you want to put your money in, one of the first mistakes I made, like in investment, is not understanding what exactly, because it has to be like money doesn't just come out of the blues. You don't just make money out of like anywhere. No, it's literally demand and supply, right? It's like someone is buying something for a cheaper price and they are selling it for a higher price. That's what makes the margin, right? Money doesn't just jump on anyone, right? It's literally like there has to be some form of market around it. There has to be some form of market around it. And so that's why I'm saying that whatever thing you're investing in, like it has to be, you have done your research, you understand it, and you're knowledgeable enough to put your money. So if you see you making profit out of something, you should be able to understand where this money is coming from. An example is if you buy shares, you know that, okay, if I leave these shares for 10 years, there are two primary ways I will make money. Either through dividends, because whatever shares you buy, they pay you dividends, right? It's normal. If a company is listed on the stock exchange, then it's they're so far they are profit making, they have the responsibility and statutory, whatever, to pay you dividends. So that's one. Second thing as well is just capital appreciation, meaning that if you buy a unit share for 5 naira, over time, the country is growing, economy is getting better. When the share price increases to 10 naira, you've made double your money because you can then sell the share for 10 naira for what you bought for 5 naira. Do you get? So it's the same way if you ask me, oh, how am I making money from shares? I don't need to go to any dictionary or whatever. I can tell you where this money is coming from. It's the same thing I was telling you guys about FGN savings bonds. I understand the maths of it all. The government doesn't have enough money to do everything they want to do. What they do is the revenue plus debt is what they use for their expenditure. It's basic economics, right? And if the government is then saying, okay, Faith, borrow me your money, I know that it makes sense that as the overall economy is doing better, the government has enough money to pay me back both my capital and my interest. And pata, you know what? Even if Nigeria does not make enough money, Nigeria and we still go to the World Bank. We will disgrace ourselves, oh, we will rubbish ourselves, oh, but World Bank will give us loan. And that's how the loan will continue to pile up until generation and Jesus will come and we'll still be owing World Bank money. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm like, I get where my interest and my capital will come back from if I'm doing FGN savings bonds. The same way if I'm doing mutual funds. I'm just trying to explain to you how I'm not saying I'm the perfect person, no, but this Forex one, it has taught me something. It's like, what else again am I investing? If I say I'm doing mutual funds, it makes sense. That what exactly is mutual fund? Mutual fund is basically a bank, or not a bank actually, they can maybe you call them houses or asset managers. It's basically they want to trade on the capital market. Capital market is where you're buying shares, you're buying bonds, securities, all these like financial things. But me, I don't have the knowledge and the time to be going to trade one for one. And no, there's some people that's their day job. And so what happens is I buy a mutual fund in a commercial house. A commercial house can be, I think I currently use United Capital, which is the commercial, it's like the capital market arm of UBA. Do you get? Or you can use Stanbic as well. Is the commercial house or asset management arm of the bank itself. And so what they do is they then trade, like, they can invest in different things. They can invest in bonds, they can invest in equity, they can invest in different things. And then what happens is as the value of my fund increases, I'm making money, but then they also pay dividend as well. So mutual funds is, will I say it's similar to shares, kind of similar to shares because they pay dividends like every quarter. But then I think the value of the share, no, the value doesn't increase, it's the interest rate that increases. Do you get? So I kind of understand if they say, okay, they're going to give me 100K as interest this month, I kind of know where it's coming from, right? And so I think one mistake people make is that they don't just do enough research. They don't just say, and it's fine if oh, you're like, oh, Faith is speaking big grammar. If you actually figured out that, okay, you know what, I want to use crypto to multiply my wealth. The whole point I'm trying to pass across is you cannot just go into it blindly. Whatever it is you want to invest in, crypto, shares, or stock, or fund, or even if it's you want to invest in TSS and you say, oh, you really believe that TSS is going to be a worldwide platform and you want to be the first shareholder of TSS, you still need to understand the basic economics behind TSS. If I put my 5 million naira inside here, is there any way this organization is generating income? How do I guarantee that my money is going to come back to me? Do you get what I'm saying? So I think one fundamental mistake that I have made, I will share my experience with you. Anyways, I had to continue my Forex story. We called the guy did not pick. At the end of the day, as Christians or as just a good person, they are like, God is the judge of all, everybody is fine. And then you know what happened? We shall forgot. I think it was last year or so. The guy just sent out of, I don't even know how much I had with the guy, maybe like 500 or something. The guy just said like 100 or 150. I was happy that I think this is money that I've literally like forgotten about. I didn't even know that it was going to come back. But I think the guy was also a good guy, right? And that's what I was telling you guys. I don't think he was a bad guy at all. I think what the guy did was just out of a clear conscience. He tried to return people's capital, initial capital back. I don't even think he returned the full of them, but he just tried to do stuff for people to ease his conscience. Right. And I'm sure the guy too, probably if he had taken some risk, if he had already done more research and investment, he would have known the perfect time to exit that market because a lot of people lost different things. 2021, a lot of people lost different things from all this like Forex. I even know someone else, this one, it was just, my dear, I shall know different people that lost different things. But we thank God that, we're alive and well today and everybody has kind of moved on. But yeah, that's the first mistake that, if we go back to what we're talking about, is really me sharing my learnings, experience, and some of the financial mistakes I have made in my life. Right. Okay. But I want to pause here actually. I want to hear from people. I want to hear from people. I want you guys to share some of similar mistakes you have made, how you survived, if you almost died, if you had to go and borrow money from Lapo Finance Bank to pay back. I want to hear from you guys. It's not just me talking. I don't think I'm the only one that have made like mistakes. Who wants to go next? I can call you.
I
Okay,
have
come.
I have a very similar one, which Forex as
Come.
well. It was 2020, and all I had was 5K I got from my aunt. So I created this Forex account. It was just trading, it was only trade specifically. Then they told me dreams. They gave me a demo account. I had like $10K on the demo account. I took their
Mm,
courses. And with that demo account, I can't remember the exact amount, but it grew by a lot. So I felt confident that, oh, time to put
mm,
actual money inside. Then the minimum you could put on a trade was 5K. So I put my life savings, my net pot and everything. It's that
mm,
5K on that trade. And I saw my money just go down.
mm,
So the experience was like when a child puts his hand in fire and I just took back. But now I was better that, oh, I should have understood what I was getting into a lot more, and
mm,
you should also not invest everything you have. Like, yeah, I'm smarter now, but looking back, fire burns me, and yeah, but I was
mm.
okay because it was not my cookies or anything.
Bill, it wasn't your
So,
school fees, my brother.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing. Yeah. I think just to build on your point, I don't think, any of these things are fundamentally wrong or they are evil. I just think you need to know the market. Like the people that have cashed out on Forex, they have cashed out though. Do you get like they knowing the perfect time to enter, perfect time to leave? All this just one or two things. Thank you very much for sharing. Come on. Anyone else wants to share? I will call on somebody. I need two people. Kamal has done one. I need one more person, and then we'll move on to the second mistake. Isaac, Isaac, go ahead. I can't hear you. It's not really clear. I don't know if it's just me. Can you guys see Isaac?
No, I can't. Think it is microphone.
Isaac, please make sure you're speaking
Okay.
directly to your
Can
microphone.
you hear me clearly?
Huh? Are you
Can you
trying
hear
It's
to?
me
not
better?
very. It, yeah, it's better.
Okay, 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 we can hear you.
Okay, it's better. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm quite familiar and then
Isaac, I can't really hear you. I don't know if you are using earpiece or AirPods or something.
No,
It's
I'm
not.
not. Oh, I'm not.
Can you
I'm not.
literally put your mouth, like put your mouth inside like this?
So you said it's
Like the
hearing me.
speaker so you can hear it. Sadly, I'm happy for you. You don't have any. And yeah, God has been keeping you. Just stay safe out there, please.
I will. I will.
Isaac, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll shout. Can you hear me?
Kind of. Just continue.
Okay. 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 So what I was saying is that I've actually not had any my own experience previously was that when you save money and you see this ad on YouTube saying come and learn it, if you try to learn it for quite some
Sorry,
months.
Isaac, I really can't hear you.
Hey, is it better now?
Can you put it very close to your mouth if you're using your phone?
Okay, I think someone
I don't know if it's better, but let others be the judge. I can't hear you.
maybe someone should go next, then I'll let me try to sort myself out.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Does anyone else want to share? Does anyone aside Mary said she doesn't have any experience? David, I feel like you have one or two experiences for us. David, share your experience.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Okay, Isaac, I can hear you. Sorry, I'm laughing at David just because I
You can hear
know.
me. Let's see if you want to say this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So my own is not really like maybe it's and double your money kind I would so now my story goes like I would go like this. I would save money. Then
Isaac, I apologize, but I cannot
okay,
hear you.
okay. All right, give up.
Don't
I
give
give
up.
up.
Just maybe leave
I
and
would
join back.
yeah.
Or if you and David are together, then you can use David's microphone. Okay. David, do you want to go then? I don't know if Isaac is with you then. You guys can just use the same microphone, but I cannot hear you.
Uh, Isaac, can you hear me now? Is it
David's
clear?
one is way better. Thank you very much.
Isaac is not using sorry, Isaac is not with the microphone, so it's not that clear.
Okay,
He's
so
using his laptop straight, so he can come and use mine from here.
thank you. Isaac, please go ahead using David's microphone. Okay. I don't know what's happening, but does anyone else want to share? The question is, have you had any money mistake or experience that you would want to share with us? Osadi Mary says she doesn't have anyone, which is very nice.
Okay, sorry, mine isn't forex or anything
Okay.
related, but it was an investment opportunity around last year, July,
Okay.
thereabout. So there was this, it's not app or a link rather that was introduced to me by a family member. This is laughing because she knows what I'm talking about. We all were in
My
this.
God, guys,
Well, yeah,
let me just sleep.
yeah.
I
So
please continue.
well, during my internship, I was working, I was receiving salary, so I could afford to, invest. So this person came to me that, do I know this thing or that people, the company, they supposedly use the name of the company as existing. So the company was buying shares for products. Like same thing that Faith said, you buy shares for products, then they'll give like sell different parts to different people. Then by the time they get enough money, they say that they'll buy the product and they'll sell it to the market. And from the profits, they'll give each and every us back our capital back with additional profit. That was the main story behind everything. So you could see some things of 5,000, you get 15,000 back in 1 week and an extra 5 days, but you have to be checking in every day. You have to be checking in every day. At first, we were cashing out. I mean, at first, people that were doing it were getting big money. People that were dropping big money were getting big money. Then after a month, they deleted the WhatsApp group. The owner, the person that was organizing it, just went ghosted. Like he just went off, and the site wasn't working. They said that for us to withdraw our money that is there, for people that by that time, I think I had like 40, 50 capital invested by that time, and the profit I was meant to get was 100, 150. They said that for us to now get our profit, we have to pay additional 50. It was very shady. It was very shady because we knew that they were already wrapping up, and people paid. I mean, well, people paid, and at the end of the day, they didn't get their money, and they just closed it like that. It was sad, and I found out later that was a Ponzi scheme, but
Mm,
once bitten, twice shy.
mm. Thank you very much, David. Thank God for recovery, that you're alive and breathing today. Anyways, yeah, just as David was talking, something crossed my mind, and I just want to say that if something is too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. And that's the honest truth. If you're looking at something and like, this thing is giving me second thought. So I'm like, put 5K, get 20K in 2 days. If you're already having this type of second thoughts, please, I beg you, I would prefer that, you keep your 5K or your 10K than lose your entire life savings. Do you get? If something is looking too good to be true, most likely than not, you cannot find exceptions. Oh, do you get? You can. Okay, but yeah, thank you very much for sharing, David and Kamal. I hope we're learning our making better money decisions. So let's go up to the next mistake I have. And for those of you that just joined, hello, hello, hello. Today's topic is just me sharing some of my money mistakes I've made over the past 4 or 5 years. And then I open it up for you guys to also share similar experiences. Images courtesy chat GPT, and I'm just really loving the vibe I'm getting with this images or expressions. So yeah, you guys can use chat GPT for your images. It's really nice. Anyways, I don't know why I'm selling their product. Mistake 2, locking up my emergency funds and specific target savings. So I think I already started talking about this one before. So what happened was in 2022, I decided I wanted to travel a lot. And so every month I started saving up to travel. So every month I would save up I think I was even using Carry Wise then, I can't remember, but I thought so. And then I would save up, save up, save up. That then the opportunity now came for me to actually travel during the year. I think I had put the lock-in date to end of year. But then the opportunity now came around April to travel. Sometime, yeah, around this time, 2022. And I've already gone to tell them, please don't include me, because it was a couple of my colleagues going on the trip. So I was like, please include me, include me, include me. I must go, blah, 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 blah. I have the money. And so they already added me to the group chat. They already started putting me into everything. For me to pay. Carried my phone, where to carry wise. I need to remove my money. They say my money cannot come. I say, what do you say? It's not my money. They said that the date I put there is 31st of December or something very random. And we're in like 31st of March. I said, okay, you know what? I'm willing to pay the breaking fee, something, something. They said there's no breaking fee till 31st of At that point, you're right, say, really? Those are not your right. Make my head spawn. As I go, I put all the tickets already because we're actually flying there. So I'm like, okay, these people are already thinking of booking tickets for me. We had to share hotel room. So we're already literally, like, I was already there was no way I could back out, and I would just look very responsible of me. And so what happened? And I started thinking of, hey, who will I get this money from? Who will believe that, okay, I actually have the money, I put it in carry wise, so the money is not coming out, something, 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 something. I can't remember. I think I now had to take out from some other savings to then go on the trip, because I eventually went. And then when is not what you should go and be using to do crypto, or you should be using to do forex, or you should be using to say, this my friend, is going to be the one to revolutionize the world, is the next Elon Musk. So you now go and use your emergency fund to invest in this your friend's startup. What if your friend does not Elon Musk? What if it's a failed Elon Musk experiment? Just what if, right? And so I think the lesson here is, for every money you are saving for, have a target, like know what exactly you are saving for, so that it's easy for you to then, play risk with what can be risky, and then be safe with what is safe. The honest truth is, in as much as I'm telling you guys invest and everything, I literally have some money in my account that if I need it tomorrow is to do like this, because you never know. No one is praying for any bad thing to happen. But just what if, right? Just what if you need to pay for something? Just what if, save and do your research, but you should also know what you are saving for. Anything you have called emergency fund, you have called, oh, I'm saving specifically for something. For example, imagine you were saving for a car, right? And this was something that happened to me very much last year, because like I'm someone that my first response is to do what I want to do. I will listen to you, but I kind of always want to know what I want to do first, so that I can then say, okay, well, what I'm eventually doing, is it what I wanted to do, or someone else convinced me to do this thing. So what happened last year was, I actually wanted to save up to get a new car. It was something I really wanted. But then I started speaking to my friends and colleagues to say, okay, well, what are you guys investing in, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, okay, they're just buying dollar. Oh, that's what they're doing. They're just buying dollars. That's it. Karangida, I don't know where Nigeria is going, but dollar will be all right. You get. And so everyone I was speaking to was like, go and buy dollar, go and buy dollar, go and buy dollar. And then at some point, and I started thinking, so now I'm saving for car, saving for car. Does it make sense for me to go and buy dollar with this money that I want to save for car? And when it's time, I'll just change it back to naira. Well, actually, and this is me very much late last year. I think I got the car November. So this was me sometime around September, August. I had been saving up for the car. And I was like, okay, should I just change this money to dollars? Have it. I don't even know if I'll make it again. Thinking, 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 thinking. But then I now thought, number one, if you go down use this one now, you buy dollars, let's say, I don't know how much dollar was then, maybe like 1.6 or 1.8, I can't remember. It's like, if you buy dollar now, and when it's time to buy the car, so let's say your car is 14 million, for example, you change your 14 million to dollars, you get, I don't know, maybe like $800, $900, you put that dollar somewhere. What if by the time you want to change your dollars to naira? Number one, it's just even basics. I don't know if you guys know that. If you buy at a higher price than you sell for. So for example, if I go and meet Malam today, I want to buy dollar, they will sell it for me let's just say 1.5. But if I should go and meet them that I want to sell my own dollar, they will buy it for me for like 1.450. Do you get? So automatically, just by changing dollars from, just by trading alone, you're already losing out money if you are the one selling your dollars. So I'm like, number one, what if I go and lose money from just this dollar naira exchange? Number two, what if dollar naira even crashes? I buy it for 1,800. By the time I want to sell it, it's for 1,005. Who will balance the remaining 300 naira times $800? I'm playing with fire. That's how my sister, I just left the money piggy desk. I was looking at the money was looking at me. When it was time for me to buy my car, easy. I just told the guy that, see, the account, the limit of my account is how much. It will take me 2 or 3 days to transfer this money to you, giving the limit of my account. Easy, fine. He said, good. Okay. And I bought the car. And everybody is fine. I'm not here giving sad tales. Now, that same period, did I still buy dollars? Yes, I still bought dollars. But the dollars I bought is not to buy car. Neither is it my emergency funds. Neither is it money I'm saving up to travel. Okay, maybe traveling even makes sense. If I'm traveling out of the country, it makes sense that, okay, we see dollars I will spend there, right? But the money I'm saving up, it wasn't for a specific need at that point in time. It's more long term of, okay, even if I hold it for 1 year, 2 years, if Nigeria does not get their heads correct, I will still make profit out of this thing. Do you get what I'm saying? So, in as much as I'm a fan of invest, save, do all these things, you need to be very sensible in what you are saving. Don't want to lock up your salary because you want 100,000 naira interest on piggy vest from Safe Lock. Don't go and lock up your children's school fees. Don't go and lock up emergency funds. There's some things you shouldn't, like, they are called liquid cash for a reason. What if you know that, okay, this money, to be fair, I don't really need it for the next 6 months, 1 year. Go ahead, my dear, and lock it up. But that was it. Anyway, I traveled, I came back. It was a nice trip. I'm so happy I went. Even that trip safe. That was a story for another day. But it went well. I came back. I think I accessed my funds. Everybody was all right. But just what if I had missed out on the opportunity because I didn't do enough research on I didn't do enough research on just what it's. I want to hear from at least one person. That's how we're going to do it. I'm going to be doing one mistake, people will share experiences. One mistake, people share experiences. Who wants to go for this one? Can you guys still hear me, first of all?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's coming out. Who wants to go first?
Asajimura, you can go.
Asadimere, do you have experience?
Do you have experience? Oh no, I said
Asadimere is
yes, I
our
can
money
remember.
queen. Money queen.
Oh, I think it's because for like a very long time, or let me say, I've not yet in that situation where I have so much I don't know how to put it. Like I've not had a job, do you get? So it's not like, oh, I've been in control of my own money. So yeah, and then my parents are very skeptical about this whole, random investment thing. So I'm not the type to just, get into one of them like that. I think that's why I don't have any experience yet. But for this locking up in savings, I'm trying to think of if I have a friend that had like a similar experience, but I don't think so. I think it's only the first one that I know someone who had a similar experience. Yeah.
That's nice. Thank you very much. And I'm really happy for you, my dear. At least in your lifetime, you don't have to go through all these pains. So it's a win for you. Who wants to go next? Anybody that this has happened to? Anybody at all? Anybody?
I think for me, the most similar situation is not personal. So it was for an event. So we sold tickets for the event on Six. Six is an event ticketing platform for anyone that
Okay.
doesn't know. So we kept all the sales, all the revenue from tickets on Six. It was about 700K. So we didn't want to withdraw it because we didn't want to use the money for everyday purchases.
Mhm.
So the week to the event, okay, we needed cash going to every event. Then we need to withdraw this money. Then it was that week we found out that, oh, Six has this policy that you can't withdraw until
Mm.
Friday. And I needed money on Monday. I tried to process draw on Monday, and they said no, I can't withdraw until Friday. And the event was by Wednesday. Sent an email to as many people as I could, reach out to their staff on LinkedIn, blah blah blah. Started giving me this long story that, oh, due to their policy, okay, so I could not withdraw it. So I had to. I was on tight spot, and then everyone on the team was panicking because I mean they cast the settle vendors and everything. I eventually got the money from my dad, but I think the valuable lesson to not tie your emergency fund
Mm,
somewhere that you can't access to. Like that. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Thank you very much, Kamal. I think the lesson there is do your due diligence. Don't just say everybody's doing piggy banks, everybody's using camera, everybody's using go and jump inside. My dear, it's easy to jump, it's not as easy to come out though. Telling my mom today that Nigerians go Lagbo, come back. It's going no. You don't yet come back. It's okay, oh, so please just know what you are doing. Know what you are doing. Know what you are doing. Okay. Let's move on to the third mistake. This one is spending all my savings. And this one you can see the bank account on the screen. $0. $0. So yeah, what happened was I think I've told you guys this one too, that in in university I started saving up from the allowance that I would get. So I started saving up every time my dad would send me allowance, I would take out a portion of it, just save that. Okay, I know I want to build financial wealth. I know I don't want my children to be poor. So I need to start saving up from now. So I started saving up or saving up or saving up. Maybe at the end of the semester, maybe I had like wasn't even a lot of money, but maybe like 10K. That time 10K was still big. Maybe like 10K or 20K. I can't remember exactly, but I sure had some money. So I then went home, oh, and my sister, I now became very, if you talk to me, do you have 20K in your bank account? If you have 20K, don't talk to me, oh. I started bugaing with my 20K.
Hi everyone. Sorry, she just had like temporary issues with her network. She'll be back soon.
All right.
Hello? Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. It's my network. I apologize. Let me share my screen back and let's continue. Where did you guys stop hearing me, please? Where was I when you stopped hearing, please?
You were talking about you had 20K and it was the thing when you'd come back, you make a point about you having 20K when someone tries to talk to you. Where does that
Oh,
stop?
okay. I'm afraid you're saying it. You're not making me feel bad. Anyways, I'll just stay off video for now because of the network. But yeah, I was saying that, so like I would come back with my money and then I was just spending anyhow. That was the honest truth. Like I would spend if I feel like spend on whatever, I'll just buy stuff that when I was going back to school after the semester, I did not have I didn't have any savings again. And so what happened? That one now even discouraged me. It's very funny. So that one not even discouraged me from even saving that. I just started spending. And the honest truth is, guys, if I want to be very honest with you, I don't want to come here and sound like a, oh, this girl, she has everything figured out. See, that's a lie. I don't think when I was graduating from school, I had substantial savings. No. I don't even know if I had any savings at all. Maybe it was just the balance of, if you leave school maybe June, the middle of June, and your father had just sent you allowance beginning of June. So the balance that you should have used for the remaining part of the month. Maybe that's what I had in my bank account. And that's the honest truth that it was when I did get to NYSC though, like it was during my NYSC year, I just said, you know what? No, 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 no. I cannot live my life for like this. That's I don't even want it. That was when I now became like very, very intentional about cutting costs. I think my goal was before NYSC ended, I wanted to have 100K saved up. It did not look like a lot of money then, but it was just something I wanted. And so it's fine if like you just like, my dear, I'm in the same boat with you. I'm about to finish school, and even if I have 50K safe, hey, or if I have 10K, we can even be doing your NYC and yeah, just like where would I start from? But as you start getting income, because the thing with NYC is you're consistently going to get income from the government. Hopefully, the state you are serving in as well will pay you. I think then Enugu State was paying me like 3,500 or 4,000. And then where you are working again will pay you. So if you think of those three things, minimum at least you should have 50K with you. I'm not saying you should save up 10K. I'm not saying every month you save up 10K. I'm saying that even if it is just whatever goal, I don't want to come up with a number here, but you determine what goal is realistic for you. But whatever goal you can come up with, you can say, you know what, okay, by the end of this NYSC year, I want to have minimum of 20K, minimum of 50K, that I can call it my own. There is no, this money is for this and this money is just my own. And from there, you then begin to multiply and multiply and multiply your wealth. But yeah, I think that's mistake number three. It's just, even when we say we are saving, even when we say we are investing, like it needs to be going towards somewhere. It needs to be directed for a specific purpose. You cannot just say, I just want to save, oh, you're not getting anywhere, because what will happen is you then begin to say different things. Oh, I feel like taking this course. Oh, I feel like buying this thing. Oh, I feel like doing this. And just end up spending your money on things that are not necessarily relevant. So yeah, if I was to summarize it though, I think this spending all of my savings is something that's I think it's even something that has continued to guide me. And I want to share a very personal experience. So last year I told you guys I wanted to buy a car. And there were two options for me to buy. Two types, like two different options. There was I think one was like 2016 or 2018 model. For sure, that was like way more expensive than my budget. It was literally almost getting to times two or times three of how much I had set aside I would use to, buy the car. But I was like, oh, this car, oh, and then I started rationalizing it. I was saying that, you know what, if I buy it now, if I buy 2018 model now, then that means that I don't need to change the car in 2 years. I don't even need to change the car soon. Although, where would I get the money from? I have to go and remove from this, remove from this, remove from this. And then I started saying in my head, oh, but they're going to promote me at work now. betting on future money that has not come. Mistake number eternity. I don't know who does it. Maybe this is a word for somebody. You are betting on money that has not come. They're saying that if I do this on Shibi, NYC will pay me. And you don't know that even government used to delay sometimes. Anyway, but let me go back to my car story. I was like, okay, if I spend, because it was a lot, it was almost going to, I think the guy told me like 16 or 17 million. I was like, on top of car. How much is my, how much is my life savings? Do you get? I was like, okay, if I remove money from here, if I join this one, if I join this one, if I join, and now I have to ask myself that faith though. Yes, they'll promote your work. Yes, thank God, thank Jesus. But what if tomorrow comes and BCG should just collapse? The Nigeria economy should just fall. No salary. It's not like they did not promote you. They promoted you, my dear, but no increase in salary. What will happen? You will just have yourself and your fancy car. Or I'm like, God forbid if something should happen. And you just need this money urgently tomorrow. But you've already tied it up inside car. See what I'm saying? So I was just like, you know what? Wisdom is profitable through direct. At the end of the day, I ended up going for not a 2016 or a 2018 model car. And I still like my car today. I was like, God, I thank you for this car. Is it all fancy, fancy, fancy? At the end of the day, it's you that you know what you're looking for. I wasn't looking for Porsche. I wasn't looking for Benz. I wasn't looking for Ferrari. So my car is Porsche to me, right? And I just glorify myself with what I was able to afford. Now, did the promotion eventually come? Yes. Did they eventually increase my salary? Yes. But I'm so happy. Like for me, it's so freeing that I wasn't dependent on the future money to sustain my livelihood. Do you know what I'm saying? I wasn't dependent on, I want to buy this thing, but is until, and I'm trying my best to be very practical with you guys. There are some things that you can, if you look at yourself, it might look like you can afford it, but you need to ask yourself the question of, can you really afford it? If you have to spend all your entire life savings to buy something that is not necessarily giving you money back, because at the end of the day, in as much as a car is fine, at the end of the day, a car just gives you comfort. It doesn't necessarily put more money in your pocket, except you are doing Uber. And I'm not doing Uber. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm like, does it really make sense to spend all my entire life savings on this one car that I don't even get to drive every day? I drive it only Saturdays and Sundays. Pata people will see your car, they'll say, wow, it's such a nice car, amazing. And that's the end. They're not going to give you money. So does it really make sense? Does it really make sense? And I think as we get older, we have money, like you need to be very, very conscious of, is this really the wisest thing? Like before you spend, ask yourself, I'm not talking about, I need to buy water type of spend, right? I'm thinking of before you make like this huge investment, you need to ask yourself, is this really the wisest thing I could possibly use this money to do at this point in time now? Right? Sometimes it might require you just saying, can you give me a day or two to think about it? And let me tell you something, I'm saying that I'm going to be very practical, but it's very recent. So I don't know. I wanted to buy real estate, and then this guy is coming to tell me that, if I pay once and for all, we're talking about millions of naira. So guys, this guy said me, if I pay once and for all, it will give me a good deal. Something that was supposed to be 14 million can give me for like 12 million, something like that. In my head, to be fair, I started thinking of it. I'm like, okay, this guy will save me 2 million. No, this 2 million, do I know where it can go to? But at that point in time, 12 million was not. I'm like, where do you want me to get 12 million overnight? And it wasn't even, it was giving me to the end of the month. It was like, you need to pay before Tuesday. You need to pay. I just told him, you know what? Thank you very much, sir. I'll get back to you before end of close, at the end of business tomorrow. And when you see that you are already in those type of situations where you're like, most of the time people will pressure you to make decisions that is in the best interest for them, not for you. Because at the end of the day, yes, we're all good people, but there's still this selfish and self-interest that everybody is still pursuing after. So maybe all you need is to say, you know what, please give me time. Let me use one day to think about it. Let me use one day, if you're a Christian or if you believe in God, to pray about it. Because what happened, I just went back, even with the car. When the 16 million or 18 million car was entering my eye, I just told the guy, sir, we'll come back. I'm not worried, I'm not paying. We'll call you back. And I just went, I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. How will I use number one? How much did I even initially budget for the car? Maybe like 7 or 8. Although that one, Nigeria just threw that budget out of the window because I don't know if you want to get a good car, I don't know if you can get it between like 7 or 8 or whatever. But okay, I'm like, okay, I will go above this budget, but not literally almost getting to times 3. Then you know that you are doing way above. Like, is this living within your means? Is it living above your means? And I just told the guy for the land, okay, see, what I can do is this payment plan, I will pay you over X amount of months. This is how much you'll be expecting from me. So by discount, I go by this. He said, I know this. I say, my dear, it's fine. At least even if I cannot pay, even if I don't enjoy discount, I know that I'm not drinking Gary in the middle of the night because I want to do investments. So I'm putting this caveat for you guys to say that in as much as I am all for go and invest, change the world, do all these things, you need to be very, very conscious in the type of decisions you're making. When you see people pressuring you, it's real. Like this one isn't last week. This same guy came again. After I've already told him my payment plan, we've already agreed. Or you see people, he came back again to say, man, we are doing allocation. Oh, as you're my party, you must be part of my first allocation. I say, sir, this land I'm buying. 10 years from now, maybe that's when I will need it, or I may not even need it for my entire lifetime. Why do you want to go and gather all my life savings? Okay, as I give it to you, it's good for you because you need this money to probably go and do something else. You are a businessman, you are all for yourself. But me, does it pay me if I wipe my bank account now and give you this money? What if something happens tomorrow? Will you refund the money back to me? It will not be story of, ma, I did not put a gun to your head now. It's you that decided. My dear, people will always, more often than not, they will always push you towards something that benefits them. For you to find someone that will say, a client or someone that wants to sell you something, and the person is honest enough to say, in as much as this thing will benefit me, but if I look at where you are now, maybe you should not buy this thing now. For you to find that type of person in this world is going to be very rare. And that's why you need to give yourself brain. Because no other person will give you brain. Even if I was selling something in TSS, it's the same way I will come to you guys to say, this is the best offer. You guys have gotten this mentorship for free. This thing I'm giving you guys now, you should buy it. You should buy it. And you need to say, okay, if wants to sell something to me, do I have the money for it? If I don't have the money, can I negotiate with Faith to say, okay, Faith, can I pay over 2 months, over 3 months? Will Faith agree? But I'm saying that everyone at the end of the day is driven by self-interest. And so you have to make sure that you are not making financial decisions that are detrimental to your own financial well-being to just make someone else happy. Right? I feel like I've overflowed this point. But I don't know, does anyone want to give or share experiences on this one before we move on to the fourth mistake? Does anybody want to share any experiences here? Isaac wants to share. So let me go because we are close to each other. So I'll just go off mute and
Alright, I don't, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please confirm if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay, okay. Alright, so my own experience is, I think I've maybe experienced it quite a number of times where I would save up for one thing. And at the end of the day, when I reach the target saving, I just end up spending all the money for that thing. But now I've realized that not all my money should be like in liquid form, that there should be a form of okay, I'm saving, I'm maybe keeping this money, locking this money somewhere, and that one is not now maybe like something I'll need in the next 3 months or 2 months. It's something I can live without, even if I need money as soon as possible. It will not even come to my mind that I have money there. So I've fallen into the mistake of spending on my savings like quite a number of times because I never had the idea of having any money set apart for any purpose apart from maybe like when you're trying to save up for a specific thing in mind. But yeah, I think I've learned. That's like my own experience. So on this,
Thank you very much, Isaac. I appreciate it. And as we were talking, there was another mistake that you made that came to my mind, but I don't want to I don't want to say it out. Don't worry. All your secrets are fine with me. Right? Does anyone else want to share on this spending all your savings points? Does anyone else have any experience? The essence of today is to make it really like interactable. So, also, I've not heard your voice today. Sorry, guys.
Hi everybody, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Um, so on this mistake of spending all my savings, I think I fall victim of it a lot. And I think the main reason is when like I'm not saving towards anything in particular. So as Faith said, it was when I was in school. When I was in school, I'll save. Then maybe when I come home, I'm feeling like, oh, now I have some money. I can just get what I want. And then I'm going back to school with no money again. So based on what Faye has said now, I have learned that that's not even the right way to go. And again, you should also not save. You should also not invest with all your life savings just in case like something happens tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, makes sense. And when you eventually find that investment, you need to pace it out in a way that is sustainable for you. Don't now say because you found the real estate investment, you are now carrying all your entire life savings to go and buy land in Nijedodo. Because that money, before you get it back, it will take you 15 years. But what if you actually need that money in between? And now I want to put the caveat here because I think even me, I'm slowly getting to that point where, oh, there's this new opportunity on my plate and I might have to take some form of savings out. But still, I won't take everything I own. Do you get what I'm saying? I'll probably take maybe my emergency funds, use it, but I know that okay, I'm going to return this money by the end of this month. Like there is a plan. So maybe the caveat here is don't put all your money in one basket without a backup plan. I don't know if you guys get, I'm trying my best to be very practical with you guys because life will throw you so many balls that you cannot be rigid in, Faith said that I should not spend all my life savings on investment and you miss out on an amazing investment opportunity. Or you now say, Faith said I should invest and you go and invest all your life savings. Like, there is no one size fits all formula for everything. You just need to go as as the situation comes, you roll it like that. You're very flexible in the way you adapt to, situations like this. But when you see that, okay, you know what, I need to take out of my emergency savings for this thing that is very important, there needs to be a backup plan in place. Do you get? Okay. What's the time? All right, let's move on to the fourth one. So the fourth one is people pleasing or spending to show off. I don't know if you guys know, but this is a real thing. This is a real thing. This is a real thing. So some people, all they're doing is, you know what? And I don't even know if it's an influence thing or I must be part of the big boys, the big girls of our time. I must be this, I must be that. And so you end up living a fake lifestyle. Like, I don't know. I hopefully pray that none of us on this call is living that type of life. But in as much as it might not be in the extreme form of, maybe the type of girls you are seeing on the screen now, right? But let's think of it and let's personalize it. Let's think of it internally. Is there a way I'm living my life now that isn't necessarily 100% me? I'm also asking myself the same questions, guys. So it's not just me coming to come and be holier than thou. It's also me asking myself that, are there decisions I'm taking now financially that maybe is not right? Maybe I'm doing this thing to kind of show off. I'm thinking inside of me, and I think everyone should just take this one time to reflect. Because what happens is, if you are always living for the validation of somebody else, then you don't know when you slowly start losing yourself. For example, a perfect example for me is during my internship here, my parents stay in Ota. I work in Ikoyi, so it was like very difficult for me to find a balance. I cannot be going from Ota to Ikoyi every day. And so I started living with my family friend, still in Ogun State, but at least the father of the house then he still works in VI, so he would go drop me in Ikoyi, and then I'll find my way back home, which was fine. And then at some point, the company then decided to give this company apartment in Banana Island, where they will take, I think, like 30% of your salary every month, plus then the company will pay for the rest, and you would stay in Banana Island. You don't need to be thinking of housing again. And then I'm like, okay, 30% of my salary then wasn't a lot of money, but you don't just look at Banana Island in isolation. You think of it of, if I've been in Banana Island, then where do I get my groceries from? Is on the island. Cost of living on the island is way more expensive than if I was living on the mainland. Okay, how do I use transportation? I'm not going to be saying yaba 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 in Banana Island. Most of the time, I have to use boats. You need to not look at decisions in isolation. And I don't know if you guys are understanding what I'm saying. You need to think of it as, if I'm making this decision now, for example, I'm buying car. This car is not going to be in isolation. This car is a bigger car than I was using before, meaning my expenses for fuel has increased. Okay, this car, big car, big wahala. If anything should happen to it like this, I cannot be giving it to Baba Korope to help me fix it. I need to either take it to the Toyota shop, or I need to find someone good. With someone good, more money up. So you cannot make decisions in isolation. That's the point I'm passing across here. So maybe, if I was in a different audience, I would have said, don't, if you can't afford something, don't buy it, blah, blah, blah. But I'm saying that even in as much as we are here together, and for some, at least to some extent, we kind of live moderate lives, I think. There's no one here that's probably like trying to live a fake life on Instagram or things like that. I hope so. But still, you need to make sure that whatever decision you are taking is well-rounded. You never want to get to a point in your life where you feel like a certain expense is literally choking you out. Do you get what I'm saying? If you want to buy a car, can you afford the car? Can you maintain the car? If you want to buy a house, right? Or if you want to rent a house, there is service charge that comes with that house. That house, you need to buy electricity, buy everything. Can you take the entire holistic expense of doing that thing? If your answer is no, maybe reconsider. Imagine if I had moved to Banana Island, then I'm sure for now I would have, all the money I spent, and probably have taken it back. But what happens is, if as an intern, and people don't know this thing, and I try my best not to come off as very strong in my opinions, because at the end of the day, they're still my opinions. But if as an intern, you are living in Banana Island, I can bet you for sure. I say I can bet you for sure 100% that when you're no longer an intern, you can't move back to Ikeja. It's not possible. You that you have lived in Banana Island, you're not moving. What's happening in Ikeja? Ikeja, your face is like water. I go to say, what is happening there? And so you then start thinking, okay, maybe I move to VI, or I move to somewhere else in Ikoyi, or I move to Lekki. Those are your three options. Any other place aside that is far for you. And so you see that your expense cannot go down. I don't know if you guys are getting what I'm saying. So I'm not saying, and at the end of the day, it's a very personal decision. It's something that everybody will make. It's a decision everybody will make. But if I think of it, and not everybody is as serious as I am. There's one of my colleagues that were getting close, and he literally told me that what makes him happy is being happy. Like, you know, the way that if you ask me, oh, what makes me happy, I will tell you changing the world. I'm trying to build generational wealth. Those are the things that, drives me. What drives him is that he's happy. And so he will spend to make himself happy. And so he doesn't mind maybe spending $1,000 to travel every month to find that makes him happy. Now, does he have savings and investments? Maybe. Do I have more savings and investment than him? Maybe. Do you get what I'm saying? But he is satisfied with where he is. And so I think for everybody, it's important for you to know yourself. Don't compare yourself to Faith. Because what you do is you end up living Faith's life, and you're unhappy with your own life because Faith and you are two different human beings. Do you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we need to be very conscious that you need to know yourself enough that you are able to make financial decisions that work for you the best, right? Don't compare yourself with others. Anyways, my own perspective is I am a very big fan of delayed gratification. I don't even know if I practice it enough. My own is if I see that I can prolong this thing for a little while to get something else, I will do that. I won't just say, I want it, I get it. I want it, I get it. That's not me. I would, say, okay, if I want something, I would save up for it. Get it when it is very easy and convenient for me to get it. All right? And I pray God will give us understanding. But does anybody want to share on this point? This like people pleasing, being conscious not to live above your means. Anybody want to share? Anybody? Whose voice have I not heard today? Okay, I've heard everybody's voice actually. Anybody? If no, I can move to the final one. Okay. So the final one is not tracking your expenses. Not tracking your expenses. I don't know if you guys are liking this, my images, not tracking your expenses. And so what happens is, imagine you living a life of just swiping, and you don't keep, even this one, I want to be very honest with you guys, I'm still trying to, be used to it. But there was a point during my NYC year, I literally made that commitment that for, maybe it was a week or, I think it was a week or a month, I'm not sure. But every single thing I spent money on, I would write it down. Like literally, I bought water of 10 naira. I would note it down. So I was using the notes on my phone then. I would note it down. Why is this important? Because it helped me to keep myself accountable. And then what happens is because I know that I'm going to write this thing down, even when my tongue or my throat is doing ganaga, I feel like, it would be nice to take cold ice cream. Because I know that that cold ice cream is going to go into my Excel sheet. I'll say, I'm not buying cold ice cream. Now, that might have been too extreme. You're like, girl, at the end of the day, do you know you were not born to suffer? Maybe cold ice cream is not a lot for you. But what this helped me is it helped me to be very conscious of what I was spending money on. Some people, they don't know, they just spend. If I ask you now, if I want to do a quick poll here, actually, should I do it? Should I put people on the spot? Let me put someone. I'm going to call Osadimiri. Right, Osadimiri, what would you say has been your biggest expense this month? What would you say has been your biggest expense this month? What are those two things that you know you've spent the most money on this month? Don't say food or transport, those things that are very cliche. Like in terms of, I know that 50% of my money went to this, or 30%. Osadimiri, go ahead, please.
I was about to say pizza and snacks, but you said no food, so yeah.
So do you know how much money you have spent on data this month?
An exact figure, no. An approximation, yes.
Okay. What would you say is that figure as a percentage of your entire income?
It is less than 50%, yeah.
Do you say 50%?
Yeah.
Wow, ma. Okay.
Like an allowance, like I'm not actively working. Do you get?
I meant allowance. When I say income, I meant allowance. Okay. Now, compared to the original plan you had at the beginning of the month, is 50%, similar to what you budgeted, or way above your budget, or way below your budget?
That's pretty similar because my allowance is basically spent on stuff like that, like miscellaneous stuff, not to buy like this. Yeah.
Okay. I'm happy that at least you're still keeping yourself on track. Let me call somebody else. David, you are next on my plate.
Yeah.
What would you say has been your biggest expense this month?
Oh, I've not actually been receiving much because of I've been at home, so I wouldn't say anything per se.
There's nothing like anything per se. You did not receive any allowance this month.
I have while I was in school, and it was basically for feeding and like getting stuff in school to wrap the holiday.
Okay. You people are not giving me the answer I want. Kamal, I'm going to go to Kamal. Kamal, are you there?
Yeah,
What has been your biggest expense this month?
you mentioned not saying food. I think beyond the basics like food,
You,
internet, I spend a fixed amount on data. I'm not sure I track very much to know where money goes.
okay.
Aside the surface things like my internet, food, transport, I don't track the
Okay. So what I'm hearing from you is you people are either eating a lot or you are spending too much time on Instagram and TikTok. It's one of them, right?
food is
Oh, maybe
expensive.
no. Maybe no. Because I'm actually, so let me just say that even this month, I don't know what's happening, but I've been spending a lot more on data than I typically will. And I don't think I'm doing more. So maybe there is something with MTN. Maybe. So I'm not judging you guys, so that I'll not judge myself too. But anyways, what's the point? The point is when you are tracking your expense, to be fair, this thing works like magic. Like you are more conscious, right? And maybe that's what something I want to track how much I'm spending on data. Like I'm going to do that for myself for the rest of this month. Because if I know that I'm going to give an account of how much I'm spending on data, I'll be very conscious when I'm, just like scrolling on Instagram or just playing things on YouTube or, just like what else again takes my data aside the YouTube? Some other things that take my data, right? I'll be more conscious of it now. But if you are just living your life to the winds, to the moon, as it comes, as it goes, your face will end up becoming like this woman at the end of the month where you don't even know where all your money is going towards. So I think this one is going to be the most difficult because even me myself, I won't say I'm the most consistent with it, but in the spirit of openness, the times I have actually tried it, like I have seen huge and massive differences in the way I I spent that month because I just knew I couldn't be spending on anything. I just knew that I'm going to put this down, I'm going to note it down. And that consciousness just makes you more cautious about where you spend your money. All right. So that was it for me today. I just wanted to share some of my experiences with you, share some laughs, some jokes. And, just at the end of the day, everything I've said here is not to shame anybody, it's not to even shame myself. It's to just make sure that we are aware and, we're more intentional and conscious about how we make all these financial decisions. And I pray God will help us in Jesus' name. So next week is going to be our final, it's not going to be our final class, it's going to be our last teaching class because the 30th is just going to be us just, like wrapping up, maybe summarizing everything we have learned. It's going to be more joyo than actual teaching. That's the 30th. And so what I want us to do is, I mentioned this book last week. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. And so I have gone ahead to download the book, right? I have gone ahead to download the book. So what I'm going to do is I have then shared everyone across chapters. So you can clearly tell I've done that. I'm literally about to send it to the group now. I've done that. And so everyone has a chapter to read. Don't worry, nobody has 2 chapters. There are even people that, because the chapter is long, I gave 2 or 3 people 1 chapter. And so, even if you have never spoken to somebody to some people on this TSS group before, this is the time for you to do that, because I want to put it on the group. I want to put the group and the chapters. So what will happen is everyone is required to read your chapter. Next week, we're going to be discussing it. Like next week, if I ever want to do it, you guys are going to take charge. You guys are going to check time, and I'm leaning strongly towards you guys doing it. So Isaac, and I'm going to assign here now. Isaac is going to be the anchor of next week's class. And I'm saying all I'm doing is showing up. Don't worry, for those of people that are not here, I'm going to send a voice note to the group to explain how next week's class will go. Isaac is going to be the anchor. And so what will happen is Isaac will then, let's see. Okay, I just sent the book to the group. You guys should have access. I'm going to send the groupings very soon. But then Isaac is going to be the anchor. What will happen is for each chapter, if you have been assigned to whatever chapter, Isaac will anchor. So Isaac will say, oh, here's what we're doing today, blah, blah, blah. It will then hand over to the person taking chapter 1. Your goal is to summarize the chapter, give us what you personally learned, and then what you want everyone to learn from it, right? To be fair, if you really want to do this thing, the best is to read the entire book. But I know you people. For you to read the entire book is going to take me praying and fasting. So just read your chapter, right? Read your chapter. So what will happen then is Isaac will anchor the class. So example, I know that Kamal is taking chapter 1. So Kamal, you read chapter 1, understand it. I'm sure if the book is interesting enough, you might go, oh, you have exams this week actually. So maybe just read chapter 1. And then what happens is you then come back to us and you say, chapter 1 was about this. You give a summary of it. And then you say, here is what I learned. I think a way we can apply it is to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, right? And then you hand over to who is taking chapter 2, and the person does it. Isaac, so I just put the groupings on the group chat now. So let me put it. Kamal is taking chapter 1. Ose, Osajimiri, and Ijoma, you're taking chapter 2 because there are like 7 different sub-chapters under that. Ayomide Lawal. Ayomide Lawal, are you here? Okay, Ayomide Lawal is not here. She's taking chapter 3. Ayomide O and Debbie Jones will take chapter 4. Shalom will take chapter 5. Esther will take chapter 6. Eunice will take 7. And then David will take the last chapter, 8. All right, I put on the group. I'm going to send the voice notes explaining what everyone should do. And then all I have to do next week is to literally show up and gain as much knowledge as I can from all of you. So please, for example, Ose, Osajimiri, and Ijoma, that you guys have to take chapter 2 together. You guys have to work with yourselves to say, okay, oh, I've looked through, how do you want us to split, blah, blah, blah. That one is between all of you to do. And then Debbie Jones and Ayo are to take chapter 4. They would also work together to do that. Well, yes, I mentioned that we're going to do it last week. I'm excited about this. I've read this book a couple of times. So actually, and guys, I will know if you did not read the book because I have read the book a couple of times. And there was even a time I was reading the book that I was literally taking notes from each chapter. So if you come and your recommendation is going to Shangisha, when my note is telling me we're in Otta, just know that I will call you out there and then, right? I'm going to say this on the group so that nobody will say I did not know. Any question? I think this is the one assignment that I'm going to give you guys, and I'm going to take it very serious. Any question, people? Any question? See, all of you on mute now. Nobody's saying anything.
So if it might as well put it, because then I think a question.
My question is there any question?
Oh, no.
On
I'm clear on taking chapter 1.
okay.
And
Okay.
I've read the book before, so I don't think my exam should affect. I'll be ready by next week.
Amazing. Thank you very much. If we even want to go a step further, if I want to be extra, I'll tell you guys to prepare slides. But do you guys want to prepare slides? Or Sergeant Mary, do you want to prepare slides? I can't hear you, Sergeant Mary.
Possible.
I can't hear you. What did you say?
I said it's not impossible, but I don't want to
Oh
put you
my
on the
God, I love it. Okay. Let me ask someone else. Also, do you want to prepare slides?
I I don't want to no sorry,
I don't
clear
want to
come out
press
after.
like
I don't want to promise slides because of
Yeah.
time.
See you people. If I say you prepare slides, we say no.
We are together.
You know what? If you actually do it well, then you don't need to pay slides. I don't think there's need to. The reason I'm even saying you pay slides is because I want people to be serious with this assignment. But anyways, I'm serious. So all I'm coming next week to do is just to show up. Isaac will anchor, and then everybody will own their chapter, and we'll talk about it. And then Isaac will close out. Maybe I will give some final words, or if I have any question or addition as people are talking, I might chip in. But every single person is going to show off. I'll be show up. And if you now decide not to come next week, guys, like I'm a children's study teacher. I don't know if you guys know. So I'm actually a very strict human being. If you decide not to come next week, then your attendance for the entire TSS is void and invalid. That means it's not. I don't want to be extreme. That means you do not attend the session at all. That means everything you have been doing is just voluntary service. Thank you very much for volunteering your time. They are not going to be part of our awesome graduation ceremony. Don't worry, all the people that are not here, I'm going to send a voice note now to the group so that everybody is ready and shows up next week. Yes, this is part of you being accountable and responsible. Anyways, guys, that was it for today. I thought it was an amazing session. Short, not as long as the other ones, but hopefully impactful as usual. Looking forward to next week. I feel like I've just been talking for the past 2 months. It is my time of rest. I've been at my place of rest. So next week, I'll even come with juice. I'll just be sipping juice as you guys are talking. Yes, that's it for me. It was nice. Thank you very much for joining. I hope that we learned 1 or 2 things. I hope that, we